What time is it, boys and girls? It's time for the Children's Corner. And today here's Mr. Weather Tree. Mr. Weather Tree says hello to everybody. So does Mr. Elephant. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties out there, and he wants me to introduce everybody. Well, we got little Snail there. We got Mrs. Elephant, Stashu, Helcha, Uncle Joe Pots a Vacuum. There's Farmer Frog. There's little Darlene the Snail. Let's get our spray bottle out of the way. There's Pinkie Pie. And then we got Mr. Weather Tree, and he's going to tell us today is January 22nd of 2025. It's Wednesday. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit or a minus 4 degrees Celsius. And Mr. Clock says it's about 7:53 p.m. in the evening. So what are we going to do today? We're going to plant seeds on the Children's Corner. We're going to plant our seeds. So to start out, what I did is I soaked these. I got 2 apple seeds and 2 pear seeds in there. And then what I did is I took some seeds, like citrus seeds, like from an orange and a lime, and I put them in there, and you can see they're floating, so they're no good. But there's also a leche seed that's floating, so that's no good. But I got like a olive pit in there, and that looks, it's sunk, so I don't know if we can grow an olive out of it. Or is it a date seed? I don't know until it grows. So it might be a olive pit though. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll plant this in I'll find a pot for it and we'll plant it in there. But I also have some Tiny Tim tomato seeds. We're going to try growing them. You can make a little tomato bonsai out of it. I had the other one in the wintertime, but it got too cold to the window, so it got a little freeze, so that didn't make it. But and then if you don't have pots, you can always do this. Jaja took an old cap, drilled some holes in there, and glued on some marbles with super glue. Now kids don't use the super glue because let mom and dad do that to glue the marbles on, but you can pick the marbles out and make a nice little stand for it. Then I got a nice little pot like this. It has the holes pre-drilled in it. I got a little screen in there. That's a number 7 knitting mitch for all you parents and grandparents and everybody that's out there watching, and mom and aunts and uncles. And then let me clean this out because I had a little fiasco with it. Well, what are you gonna do? Sometimes Jaja makes a mistake. And then I got this. All it is an old Easter egg. So I drilled some holes in there and I put some more mesh in there, and then I got an old thimble. That's a rubber one, which is easy to poke a hole through, so mom and dad can do that for you, or your grandparents or your aunts or uncles. So let's get going. Now what I got is organic seed starting mix, but if you can get vermiculite, that still works. But if you can't get that, just get some standard starter soil. It's not expensive. And we're just going to take Mr. Spoon. Mr. Spoon says hello to all the kitties out there. We're going to put some on there. Hint it. Now, parents, let the kids do this. Right, Mr. Elephant? Yep, we got to get the kids involved. They got to put the soil in there, into the pot. Just like that. Now, I got soil into this one because I had to let it sit in water and let it get wet. And I got it in styrofoam, and it's a little bit higher than the styrofoam so the water can drain out, and this will hold the thimble in place. And then we got our egg. So Mr. Spoon's putting in the soil. Just like that. Just put it in, put it in. Now mom and dad, you can let the kids just put it in, use a spoon or anything. Or with something that big, we got Mrs. Measuring Cup and Baby Quarter Cup. So Baby Quarter Cup can go and put that in there. There we go. See, it makes it fill up a little bit faster. And then let the kids take their hands and just put the soil in. My kids, you got to press it firmly in there. And we're going to take Mr. Spray Bottle and just wet it. Now let the kids do this, parents. because they gotta have fun doing it. If you make a mess, well, you just clean it up. It's not hard. That one's clean. And then Mr. Spoon will add just a little bit more into the cup. Just like that. Put it in, put it in. Don't be afraid, put it in, leave a little lip, a little bit on the top. Just push it in like that. There we go. Now the reason why these are a little bit filled to the top, because we're going to use the tomato seeds on these. We're going to use the Tiny Tim. Let me get that out. I got a couple of seeds here, so I don't lose them. Now these seeds are small. You can get pepper seeds because now's the time the store's got all seeds out. So you can go to the store and get pepper seeds. They make a nice little bonsai. So we'll take one seed out and put it into here. Put it into the thimble one. There we go. Judge almost didn't get that off his finger. And we got another one here. If Jaja can get it out, there we go. We lost that one. These little seeds are harder than you would never know what. Now, since these seeds are from last year, I don't know the rate of germination on them. That means if they're going to grow or not. But Jaja had them in the basement, so that's pretty good. So we're going to put one in here. We're going to put two in this one, like that. Now in this one, we're going to divide it. What I did is take an old blind, if your dad's got any old blinds, or mom. Mr. Clock wanted to say hello to all the kiddies. He's ringing in the time at 8 o'clock. Mr. Clock says hello to all the kiddies. Thank you, Mr. Clock, for telling us the time. It is 8 o'clock. So let's finish this up. Mr. Clock had to say hello. So what we're going to do is take, all I do was write it in pencil. Now the kids can write it in pencil, Mom and Dad. And we're going to we can put this over here for now because I got to make a couple little ones for there. And then the apple and the pear seeds, you're going to say, Jaja, how do you know what the pear and the apple seed looks like? Well, when I took it out, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, Jaja, get that out. Put it in this hand. The apple seeds are a bit like this, and the pear seeds almost look like a pear. See it? So I got this labeled pear and apple. Just write it in pencil. So we're going to put a pear seed here. Another pear seed here. Put it out a little bit into the middle here. And we're going to put our apple seed in. If Jaja can grab it with his fingers. They're a little slippery after soaking them because I soaked these for about 3 days. Just because they sank right to the bottom. So they sank real good. So I know these 4 seeds are good. And then we're going to get Mr. Spoon here. And he's going to go and just going to add a little bit of soil to the top. Well, you know what? We can always use our fingers. Let the kids get their fingers dirty. Just put a little bit on the top, a little bit on the top, a little bit on the top. Now this soil is light enough so it'll push right through. So if they're viable, they'll grow. And then the kids can take and put the soil in there on the pear and the apple seeds. Just like that. You can get any kind of cup. You can get styrofoam cups, anything to help the kids do the work on here. But let the kids plant it. And then we're going to take Mr. Spray bottle and wet down the seeds, a little bit more of the soil, because we got the soil wet, and just let them spray it. Just like that. Let the kids spray. Now we're getting this good and watered in. We're watering in real good. Now later on when this gets dry, you can always take this dish, fill it with water. Thank you, Mr. Elephant. And then you can put it in there, and that'll help soak up the soil will soak up the moisture there. And you can see the marbles hold that up real nice. So we gotta get Mr. Spray bottle out of the way so you can see. Oh, and Myrtle the turtle, she forgot to say hello to everybody. There's Myrtle the turtle. She's saying hello. I forgot you, Myrtle. Sorry about that. Kids all say hello to Myrtle. So you see, now this is nice and wet. It's soaked it up real nice. So watering from the bottom is real good. Put this one in. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see how nice and dark the soil gets. See that? When you water it. And I don't know if our egg will fit in there. No, I'll have to get a different one for this and let it soak up from the bottom. Because if I water this from the top, it might be a little bit too strong. So we're just going to give it a good soak. And let the kids do this if you got a big container. Just like that. There you go. And we go from there. So then we got a tractor here. Kids can put in a little tractor to separate the seeds or put it in the back here. And then we got a little duck for this one. A little ducky for this one. And we got a little girl snail for here. How's that? You can decorate your seed trays, boys and girls. Look at that. Let's see if we can turn the turntable around so you can see it. Let me see. I'll put this up there. There's our little snail. And then our duckies. And then we got another duck over here. And we got our little tractor over there. So this is going to be in a little forest if they all grow. If they all grow. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed and go from there. So it's getting late. I know a lot of you's got to get up for school. I'm sorry I didn't get this in a little earlier, but Jaja was super busy today. So you take care, boys and girls. Have a good day. And what's that, Mr. Elephant? Yeah, Mr. Elephant says, always be kind to your parents because you know why? They have a hard day. Sometimes, you know, their day goes hard and they got a lot of work to do, so be patient with them if they're a little grumpy. Let them rest. Bring them their slippers. Let them rest for a while. Sit down with them, relax with a book or something and read a book with them. And enjoy the day. Spend a little time with your parents. You got homework? Do your homework. Get it all done so you can get a good night's sleep. So you take care, everybody, and remember, be kind to your parents because one day you're going to grow up and you're going to be a parent too. Let's hope when you get into your 20s like that so you're going to have a nice family and everything else. So for Mr. Elephant, Little Snail, Mrs. Elephant, Stash, Elcha, Uncle Joe Potts and Vacuum, Farmer Frog, Darlene the Snail, Pinkie Pie, Myrtle the Turtle, and all their friends all wish you a nice evening, sleep tight, and have a nice, warm, hearty breakfast for those of you in the cold climates like we are before you start off to school, because that'll keep you going during the day. Take care, everyone, and have a good day. And remember, kids, be kind to your parents. They love you a lot.